certain sense of urgency that he takes to the mat every time he steps out.
So Brent Metcalf, who was with Tom Brands at Virginia Tech, then came with Brands to Iowa, the #1 seed here at 149. Guys, what can you say about this weight class in general?
Well, you start with Metcalf again, 228-0 in high school at Davidson High School in Michigan. He is just incredible, and he leads the whole weight class. But Lance Palmer, one of the highest recruited wrestlers in the nation coming out of high school, and they went 5-3 earlier in the dual meet.
Palmer, of course, from Ohio State in the white singlet. And Palmer from Ohio State. A guy that, as you mentioned, he really took Metcalf to the mat, made it close. Metcalf, an outstanding year.
And I think what happened in that dual meet, Palmer probably learned from. He came out fast, he went ahead, but he faded. He's probably going to try to conserve a little bit here because Metcalf never stops.
Metcalf in on a single. Palmer doing a nice job blocking, looking to counter. Metcalf needs to get his head out of the middle and get it to the outside, but he's grounded right now, tough to move. There we go.
Wrestler with the head up is usually going to win. You got to keep your head up. You have your soles of your foot on the bottom of the mat. You're ready for action. If you get your shoelaces flat and your head down, you're in trouble. Palmer, a sophomore out of Columbia Station, Ohio, St. Ed's High School. St. Edward's, one of the great traditional powers in high school wrestling in the Cleveland area.
This is a weight class that also features Josh Shirella of Michigan, who was second last year. Dustin Schlater, who was the champ in '06, finished third last year. This is the most loaded of all weight classes, isn't it?
Ryan Lang is up from 141. He was second last year. Fish from Ryder was fifth at 141 last year. I mean, a lot of All-Americans.
What you'll see in Metcalf is he keeps coming forward from the first second until the end. He just has a brutal pace. He keeps firing offense at you all the time.
Metcalf, Tim, is a wrestler that would epitomize exactly what Brands is trying to build at Iowa, wouldn't you say?
Well, he's, in his words, he says, if I could clone Metcalf and have 10 of them, I wouldn't have any problems coaching. I don't have to talk to him. I don't have to motivate him. He is his own motivator. I don't have to do anything. It's easy to coach Brent Metcalf.
And Brands saying coming back to Iowa, where he was so great, he wanted to change the mindset. He said, look, if guys are only worried about in-season stuff, there is no in-season in wrestling. We're wrestlers, and we're wrestlers year-round.
Metcalf in on this single. He's elbow deep, and he had a good shot, but there at the end, there's Tom Brands, three-time NCAA champion for Iowa, world champion, Olympic champion. And you're right, he is reintroducing what he would say is the Gable mentality, his legendary head coach who he wrestled for back at Iowa. Obviously, he has his kind of wrestler in mind because he recruited Metcalf to Virginia Tech when he was there.
Yes, he did.
And I talked to Brands, he said Metcalf is a blend of Mike Ironside and Lincoln McElravy, both outstanding NCAA champions for the Iowa program. And he said he is the poster child of Iowa wrestling now, Brent Metcalf.
Now coverage of the NCAA Wrestling Championships continues tonight at 7 Eastern with the national semifinals. Make sure to catch all the action tonight on ESPNU. For a preview of all the NCAA championships, go to NCAA.com. NCAA.com, the official online home for all 88 NCAA championships.
Well, you got to say that Lance Palmer is in a better situation now than what he, if Metcalf gets out fast, gets the takedown, he's right where he wants to be. 0-0 works in the favor of Lance Palmer. And remember, Palmer finished fourth last year. This is Metcalf's first NCAA tournament.
Well, there's a couple of good shots by Metcalf that have gone out of bounds with counters by Palmer.
Jordan Burroughs out in front 3-1 on Shirella on the other mat.
Burroughs, Big 12 champ out of Nebraska. There's the update on the score there.
Escape for Palmer. As much riding time as possible was important for Metcalf because Palmer does have an effective top wrestling style. Good with his legs. We'll see if he can do that with Metcalf. That's another thing.
Palmer able to get out too before 1 minute of riding time. 37 seconds of riding time.
Oh, he's in deep. Metcalf's got a good opportunity here. But again, he's fighting the line as well as Palmer.
Good flexibility by Palmer. He's got the whizzer in right now. They're going to go out of bounds and go back to the center. Both up.
Looked like that duck was going to turn into an inside cradle and put Palmer on his back, but Palmer found a way to evade it.
Palmer slow in getting up.
Palmer doing a good job, I was just getting ready to say, of slowing the match down. And you see that Metcalf always wants to be coming forward.
Did you get the sense there, guys, that Metcalf knew that Palmer's knee was bothering him? He took a shot right at that leg.
I don't think it's got anything to do with the knee as much as it is that's a target. And he's just going after the target repeatedly. Not the injury, just the leg. But I'm amazed Palmer's got incredible flexibility and has been able to avoid it. That's got to be stalling. He just backed away.
And what he should have done was twirled his fingers. If it's an injury time, he takes the injury time. But yeah, there he just did that. He would have avoided the stall call if he would have just twirled his fingers and said, hey, I've got a knee injury right here. But right now, depending on how serious, if at all, his knee is, Palmer's in a pretty good position for where he was the last time they wrestled. Metcalf does not like to be here. Metcalf does not like to go a first period without a takedown. He does not like to be behind.
So the stall call was not made because he did get the injury time. Is that correct, or did they award the
stall call
point?
was made.
It's a warning. It's a warning.
It's a warning.
It's the 1 point. Okay, not the point yet. You get the stall call, but that's the warning. So no point awarded yet. Next one, though, would be a point.
Correct. The thing I look at is I kind of think Iowa likes this. They've got their opponent injured. They're grinding on him. They're wondering, hey, is it as much your lungs as it is your leg? And that is the Iowa philosophy. I'm going to grind you, and I don't care if you get hurt or get tired. My object is to beat you down.
But, Jeff, you're telling me that if you know a guy's got his knee wrapped and you know that knee is bothering him and he's coming out of an injury time, you're saying to me as a wrestler you don't make that a target, that knee in particular?
You may, I mean, you could, yes, but he was already shooting at that leg before that knee was bothering him. Brent Metcalf shoots. He is an attacker.
Yeah.
So he will continue. I don't think he's salivating because he's thinking it's hurt. He'll go back to doing what got him here. The strength of his leg shots.
Very important time right here. 5 seconds left. Frustrated Metcalf right here.
So Palmer goes into the third period with a 1-0 lead over the top-seeded Brent.